So have you ever done an interview for a new job, most likely in a sales position, and the interviewer asks you, here, sell me this pen? It is like the most dreaded question in an interview. Most people absolutely hate it. I too always hated that question. But I know a lot of you out here are struggling to make your first sale on your e-commerce website for your online boutique. Or maybe you've already made 1 or 2 sales, but you're struggling to continue making those sales so you can make your money back, especially on this inventory you already purchased. Well, today's video, I am going to use that same hated interview question of sell me this pen. And we're going to implement how you're supposed to actually sell that pen to your interviewer and use those same tips and apply it to your online boutique so you guys can make sales and move that inventory that you've been sitting on.
She's an icon, she's a legend, and she is the moment. Now come on now.
What's up, icons? It's the Iconic Fashion Figure. And as I just mentioned, today we are about to start making money because I'm going to show you guys exactly how you were supposed to sell this pen in your interviews. And we're going to take those same tips of selling this pen and applying it to your online boutique so that way you guys can start making money and start moving that inventory that you've been sitting on. And today's video is sponsored by Bastion Pens. Now I know you guys are probably like, you're sponsored by a pen? Hear me out on this one. I'm about to sell it to you guys by the time we're done with this, and this is exactly how I need you guys to make sure you're selling your product on your website. Now when you're in those interviews and the interviewer asks you to sell the pen, they don't want you to go, oh, let me take the pen out and look at it. Comes in this sleek box, it's all padded very nicely, there's this silver pen in there, it's very nice, it's smooth, it writes really well. So me as the interviewer, as you're sitting there doing that, as you're pitched to sell to me, I'm looking at you like, yeah, okay, cool, great, yeah, I can see that too. Why are you selling me a pen? That's mostly how most people would approach that question, which I know a lot of you guys are approaching your websites that way too, where you are just putting product on there and writing the description of the product, adding some pictures on there, and just waiting for someone to buy. Well, there's more to this. It's not just about writing a description or describing this pen to me. I can see that from the pictures, or I can see it just looking at the pen. I need you to sell me on it. So that first thing you're supposed to do when you're trying to sell this pen to your interviewer or sell product on your website, you need to ask questions from the person you're trying to sell to. AKA, you need to get to know your customers. So in that interview, when you're asking those probing questions to get to know the person that's interviewing you, it's not because you really care about them. Honestly, I could care less what's going on in your life, but I need to know how I'm about to take the next step to actually push this pen to you. So you ask those questions to get to know them. So when it comes to your online website, you can send out a survey to get to know your customers. Ask those questions that you might not get to ask because you're not selling in person. So send out surveys to get to know your customer. You might end up finding out you're targeting the wrong customer, or maybe you're just approaching your target market wrong. So ask them questions, send out a survey as one way to get to know them. Now I've done a whole video for you guys when I showed you the TDO chat, and I told you to use like that live visitor feature if you have that set up on your website, and chat with your customers as they come visiting the website. Talk to them, get to know them. You can ask questions, whatever questions you can, see if you can help them, those type of things. Basically in this step, you're trying to get them to engage with you. And of course, we all know social media is one of the best ways to engage. But the thing you need to do in this first step is to get to know the person you are trying to sell to. And then in that next step, so once we've asked those questions and we've gotten to know the person that we're selling to, we might have found our hole in there of a need that this customer might have right now. So let's say as I'm talking to the interviewer about this pen and they're telling me that they tend to lose their pen all the time, or whenever they need a pen, you can't find one around. So now I know you always have an issue with just simply being able to grab a pen. You don't ever have a pen nearby. Okay, I'm keeping that in my mind, that is something I'm going to hit on when I actually go to close this sale. But we're trying to find a need in our customers. So let's relate this back to our online boutiques. Let's say, I'm just throwing an example out there, I've heard from a lot of customers that sell plus size clothing. The issues that they have with plus size clothing is that most vendors that they're buying from only sell up to 3X, but a lot of them want bigger sizes than 3X. Which, by the way, did you guys know that on Nouveau Riche Riche.com, I've officially started selling plus size wholesale clothing, and a lot of my styles are going up to 6X. But anyway, that would be a need there. For those that are selling plus size clothing, they need bigger sizes, not just 3X. So I've now identified a need in my clientele that I'm now going to try to solve that problem for them, and I'm going to make sure I use that solution when I go to close this sellout. But that is step number 2. Highlight that need. You need to find out what it is that your customer needs. Maybe they need an easier checkout process. Maybe they need a faster turnaround time. Maybe they just need new styles. Maybe the ones that you've already listed, they already have. So they're gonna let you know, oh, I'm still looking for something new. I haven't quite found the right outfit that I'm looking for. For example, summertime's coming up. A lot of concerts are coming up. I'm looking for the right outfit to go to a concert, but it's gonna be extremely hot. So I wanna make sure it's lightweight, but I still want to be really cute and trendy. So you wanna make sure you have those products on your website that's fitting those needs of your customers. Find out what it is that they need and make sure you can provide the solution to their need. So now we can go into describing the product, but not just telling me what it looks like. I don't want you to just tell me I have a silver pen that's very smooth. We want to truly emphasize the features of this pen. So yes, it is smooth, but maybe try using the word sleek. Sleek sounds a lot better than smooth. The pen literally just glides across the paper as you're signing your name. It's 100% stainless steel. Talk about the material. Let me tell you, this stainless steel is hard. Literally, I can use this in case of an emergency as a weapon, because this will sure leave a knot on someone's head. No, I don't want to hurt anyone, but if it has to come down to it and I need some sort of weapon, or like one of the reviews said on the website, you lock yourself out of the car or you're trapped inside of a car, you need to get out. This pen for sure can break a window. It's that heavy, but not too heavy where it's hard to write. It's actually very comfortable. The way it lays on the finger, it's like, you know those pens back in the days they used to sell us when we were in school and we had to buy the grips to go on top of it? You don't need the grips for this. This one just lies right on the finger. Because of that sleek stainless steel, it is so comfortable as you write. It is refillable, so you only need one of these. You don't need several of these. All you have to do is put in the refillable cartridge, which it comes with a refill. So I have the bonus refill right here. And for those of you that tend to lose your pen or don't have a pen nearby, it even comes with a pouch you can carry it around it. So for someone like me who carries a purse, I can just put it inside its pouch and put it in my purse. That way I always have it. Or if you want to do like the doctors do and just clip it onto your shirt, there is a clip on the back. The retractable pen is so smooth the way it opens and closes. I love this. I can sit there and play with this all day. But then I'll become one of those people that annoys everyone as I'm sitting there clicking my pen. It's literally like a toy. Or should I say a stress relief. For those that seem stressed out and you're talking about how hard your day is. You work long hours. Use this pen as your stress relief. Just keep on clicking. Those are the type of features to bring out to emphasize the product that you're selling. And that's the same thing you want to do with your online boutique. So for those of you that I get it may be hard to do as far as pictures in the description, yes, you can use those emphasizing words. Find those keywords that can really make your product pop when creating those descriptions. Put them in capitals if you have to. Make them bold if you have to. Make it really stand out those key features. But the best way to emphasize the features of your product when you have an online boutique is going to be like your videos and social media. TikTok is doing a really good job of that and emphasizing products. Do you know how many products I've bought just because I sit there at night until I fall asleep scrolling through TikTok? Now all of a sudden I'm online shopping too, buying stuff that I never knew I needed, but TikTok told me I did, so I bought it. Emphasize those features so that your customers have a reason to buy it, or they'll be like me late night just scrolling and you end up just buying something. And the number one key I can give you when doing all of this is do it with confidence. I notice a lot of you get discouraged because you haven't made that first sale yet, or you've only made one or two and you're still sitting on this product. So it is discouraging. I agree. You have every right to feel that way. I'm with you on that. Have that moment of discouragement to yourself, pull it together and get that confidence again and sell your product. You bought that product originally when you made your wholesale purchase. You bought it for a reason. Get back to that same excited person you were when you were making that first purchase. You invested your money. You were so excited to start this business. Bring back that confidence and sell it. And now going into this next tip. Now we all love something free, especially a free trial. And I'm going to tell you, certainly love a free trial that I don't need to enter in my credit card for. So if I'm selling this pin and that person's still not ready to close on it, I can let them know, you know, go ahead and try this out for a week. Let's see how many times you lose it. Because their issue or that need that we highlight is there's never a pin around, or they always tend to lose their pin. So if you can come back to me in a week with this pin on you, you know, sell it to them. Let them try it for a week and tell them, let's see if you still have it in a week. Because now you're solving their issue. They keep saying that they're always losing a pin or there's never a one around. So we're going to let you try this for a week and see if it's still around in a week. Now, when it comes to your online boutique, you have that old inventory that you've been sitting on. And I know you probably don't want to give it away for free because the whole point of this online boutique is you're trying to make money. But hear me out on this one. Try doing a giveaway or some sort of contest. Those contests and giveaways will drive traffic to your website, which is what you need. And everyone loves something free, so it's a lot easier to drive that traffic. And if you're sitting on styles from last year, the trends are starting to change anyway, so why not just do some sort of giveaway and start giving that away for free, so that way we can drive the traffic to your website. And it doesn't have to be all your inventory, maybe a couple pieces, even just one piece, so that way you can drive that traffic there. The whole purpose of the giveaway is to bring attention and awareness to your website. And now if you can afford it, when you do that giveaway, also release new product on your website too. So that way, for those that have already been on your website, they can see that there's new product. For those that are signing up for this contest or giveaway, they might see something else on there that they like and actually buy the newer product. But I encourage you to at least try doing a giveaway with the product you're stuck with to drive some traffic to your website. If you can, introduce new product at the same time, so hopefully your customers can then buy the other product that's on there as well. Or somehow incorporate your new product with the giveaway product. Get them to go on a scavenger hunt to find out something about the new product that you release. And if they can figure it out, the person that figures it out first on the scavenger hunt can win whatever item you're giving. Get creative with this, but the purpose is bringing awareness and driving traffic to your website. And if you don't have time or the energy or just don't want to do a giveaway or any type of contest or anything like that, try giving some of that product that you're sitting on to an influencer that can help push the product to their audience, because you'll be surprised what influencers can do, especially on TikTok like we were just talking about. Just make sure when you do that, you get it in writing. Use your Bastion Pen that we've been talking about this entire video. Sign a contract with them that highlights everything that they're supposed to be making this post, how long that post is supposed to be up, making sure they're including your website or a promo code to drive the traffic to your website. Make sure it's all in writing. Have a deadline of when that post should be up by. Put all that information in there, write up an agreement. You sign it first. Use your Bastion Pen and sign it first, and then send it off to them and make sure they sign it before you send any product. Have a clause in there that if they don't follow those guidelines, they're either required to send you the product back, pay you for the product, whatever it is that you need to do so you can make sure that post goes up. But do some sort of giveaway with the product that you're stuck with that's just sitting there, because eventually it's going to get old and you won't be able to sell it at all. So it's better to do something now than nothing at all. And the final step in selling this pin is to close the deal. Most of the time, a lot of the closings is basically recapping everything that we just went through. So remind them of those features we just emphasized. Remind them that they can do a free trial on this product for a week, and if they like it, then they can buy it. Remind them that they keep losing their pins, but this one they're never going to lose. And it works in case of an emergency because of how heavy it is. Oh, and one of the features that I did not tell you about when it comes to this pen, it even comes with a free ebook on how to increase your productivity, something that I talk about all the time. And if someone's buying a pen, they're more than likely a busy person that if they need a pen on them. So highlight their needs again and how you're solving their needs. And if we have to, even offer them a promo code, like with Bastion Pens, you can use code IFF20 and save 20% off. Just make sure you use the link down in my description box. See how I did that? Gave you the promo code, even gave you call to action, because you need to go down in the description box, or make it even easier for you in the comments and click that link so you can make your purchase. Give them some sort of discount, give them the link to make that purchase. You got to give them some sort of call to action. When it comes to your online boutique, customers may add the products to their cart, but they're not checking out yet. So make sure you're sending out abandoned carts so you can keep following up and continue to follow up with them until you can close that sale. Email campaigns, get them to sign up for the email campaigns or SMS campaigns so that way you can continue to reach out to them until you do actually close them on making a purchase. If all else fails, make sure you at least get some form of contact for them so you can stay in touch with them. So even if you didn't close them today, we can close them in a week. We can revisit this, but you want some form of contact because something is better than nothing. At least I want you as a potential customer than no customer at all. But that final step is certainly to close them out so that way you can actually make the money. That's the most important key. A lot of people let it die when a customer adds item to their cart and they never check out. Keep on them. Stay on top of your customers so that way you can actually close them and make money. So that's just a few tips on how you guys can make your first sale or continue making sales if you've already made your first 1 or 2 sales. I use that same concept that most corporations and corporate America is using when you interview and they ask you to sell them this pen. We're using that same concept, but we're going to tweak it a bit to use it for an online boutique because of course selling online and selling in person is 2 totally different things, but the concept still works for online. Now I hope all of you begin to start making your first sales, especially during this season, because this is a season where people have money in the bank. They're getting their tax money. So start pushing your product, make your sales right now, and watch your sales continue to just build up, and you'll notice your revenue beginning to increase. That's it for this week's video. Thank you guys for watching.